to our final question from Nina. Nina asks, growth is our way out of this debt trap. The new regulations on public-private partnerships are great in this regard. But given what has happened with land expropriation, NHI, and now the budget, do you think the GNU has enough influence to raise growth? Can we see those structural reforms actually be put into place?
I mean, I think we do have, under President Ramaphosa, probably one of the most business-friendly governments we've had, right? And I think that's partly embodied in his leadership, but I think also because of what you have in the GNU. So in many ways, what you have is very clear pressure to improve the efficiency of government, to involve the private sector in growth decisions, to resolve infrastructure backlogs, and so on. So for me, I think as you run through each of those items, whether it's the infrastructure constraints, whether it's getting private sector partnerships with the public sector on the road, whether it's fixing local municipalities, everything from energy to water infrastructure, all of that sits and resides in the supply side of the economy. I think it's critical that those fall into place and fall into place quickly. You can have the budget exercise doing its work and trying to reduce spending and so on, but I think in tandem with that, we need this, let's call it the opening up of markets in a way that has the state not controlling markets but facilitating private sector participation. I think we're at that stage where we do need to see that transition in a manner that unlocks growth. I'm cautiously optimistic that you're going to see some of those reforms coming through in the next 12 months or so. As I said, particularly on infrastructure, on energy, on water, on rail, on ports, and also slow but steady progress on municipalities is going to be critical as well. So it's a long road, but at least in the next year, one would hope that we can look forward to non-sort of revenue, non-commodity super cycle based growth that's more sustainable. But I agree with you, the pressures are massive, and it does not help if we keep on adding spending priorities that are dislodged and dislocated from poor growth.